Hey guys, I'm Matt the Woodshed Barber, and today let's talk about the Wahl Senior for a minute. So, the Wahl Senior. That's a long story talking about that one. I like to give a little rundown of my experience with the tool before I start talking about how I feel about it, because maybe they'll give you guys some context. I started cutting hair in 2002, and at the time, there were no cordless clippers. There's at least not ones that any professional would use.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
But the Wahl Senior had been around for a long time at that point. It used to be a corded clipper, and I remember whenever I got my first one, I was graduating barber school. I had switched from my, I guess it was a Wahl Super Taper 2000 that they gave us in our kit. And I had picked up one of my dad's old Oster fast feeds. And I was an Oster guy at the time. And I started working for a guy out of barber school that he swore by the Wahl Senior. Russell, talking to you, buddy. So I was curious. I went and got me my first Wahl Senior. And it felt premium, you know, metal base, plastic lid, but it felt like a much different clipper. And I loved it. It was a great clipper. And from that point on, I always used them. And until I think it was 2014 or 15, whenever Wahl came out with their first two cordless adjustable clippers that were worth anything at all, ever. And it was the Wahl Magic Clip and the Wahl Sterling 4. Both of those came out at the same time. I got the Sterling 4, and it changed the game for me. I loved it. I love how it felt in the hand. It was a smaller build. Felt great. And so from 2014 or 15, whenever that was, until I guess it was 2017, I was thinking, man, why doesn't Wahl do a cordless version of the Senior? Because for some reason they weren't doing it. They had come out with, gosh, at this point, they first came out with the Magic Clip and the Sterling 4, and then they came out with the cordless Designer. They came out with the cordless Legend. And I'm still waiting for that Senior. So in 2017, they dropped the Senior on us. And, you know, it took over. And for people who are brand new to barbering right now, they may not even own a Wahl clipper. But the Wahl Senior for years has been touted as one of the best clippers in the game until maybe the last two. But it's 2023, and I'm wondering if it's still a viable clipper to have in your arsenal. And I'm saying that because I have trouble letting go of mine. I've got two. But there's a caveat to that. I don't have two regular Wahl, Senior clippers. What I have is my regular Wahl Senior with the Filthy Blends bracket on it, so I can put an Andis blade on it. That's honestly the only reason I still use it. I know that Filthy Blends has got brackets for babyless clippers and Stylecraft clippers, and I tried putting the Andis blade on my my X Ergo. I didn't put that on a trimmer, but I put that Andis blade on the X Ergo, and it just didn't feel right, to me at least. Also, because I like the Vapor blade, or Fusion, whichever one you want to call it, but now they call it the Vapor. I like the Vapor blade so much better on the X Ergo that I just decided to put that on there, and I reserved it for this. So my regular Wahl Senior has the Andis blade on it, and it also has the stretch bracket from Filthy Blends, so it does open all the way an Andis Master would. And I had an Andis Master for a long time, and I hate the body shape of them. They're too heavy. They don't feel comfortable in the hand. I'm not an Andis Master lover. I loved the blade. And so now that I can put it on a Senior, that's it. And I also have another Wahl Senior I keep on my station. And I did paint the lid, painted it gray. as kind of an homage to my first Senior. I painted it gray, and on this one I also have the Filthy Blend stretch bracket, except I decided to put the Fat Master blade on it. For those of us who were in the know back in the day whenever they released the Fat Master and they have that blade is amazing. If you can get your hands on one through eBay or something, do it and put it on a Senior, any other clipper you can put it on, because it is a blade worth having. I know now they have that new blend guard or something like that that's supposed to kind of do the same kind of thing, just a little bit shorter. But if you don't know what a Fat Master blade is, it's pretty much goes from just under a 2 when fully opened. It goes down to about a 1A. So between these two clippers, and believe it or not, I've thought about getting a third Senior just to put the Andis fade blade on it. But between these two, I can go from a 000 all the way to a just under a 2. And I can do a lot of fades with just these two and not even touch a guard. So that's why I have Seniors on my station. I've got one of their charging stands that I just keep them charged that way. Both of these Seniors also have the Tomb 45 extended battery put in it. Those things are game changers. Now, I did have one mess up on me, and sometimes whenever I clipped it on, it wouldn't click on, and I actually would have to put it on the charger to get it started. I guess that's just an anomaly, but both of these have Tomb 45 batteries in them. But I guess the question is, are they viable in 2023? I think so. They are solidly built. They still feel better in the hand than a lot of newer clippers that come out. I try not to review a clipper based off of initial impressions. I'd rather wait and sit with it a while to see if I still love it, because you got that honeymoon period. And I do love the Babyless Low Pro FX. If I had, because Filthy Blends is always sold out of those, if I had a Andis bracket, stretch bracket for that, I'd consider trying putting one of those on it. Do I like the feel in the hand as much as these? Now, granted, I do have those grippers on it. I still kind of like the way these feel better. And once again, that's the novelty of a new clipper. You get a new clipper, you're over the moon about it, you use it, you use it, you use it. And if it's really, really worth its weight, you don't go back to your old ones.
Don't ever go back in the past. I know, because I've been there.
For some reason, these two still hang on my station. And I think it's because even though Wahl can be lazy, and they just come out with the exact same clipper with a different lid on it or a different colorway.
Oh, would you look at this?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah.
They made a Hall of Famer. I mean, if there's a Barber Clipper Hall of Fame, you've got first ballot Hall of Fame right there with the Senior. But the problem is there's other companies that are truly chasing their tail. Stylecraft is one that is constantly innovating, which Wahl has not done in a long time. And I've not gotten my hands on the Instinct yet. The moment I do, I'm going to put an Andis blade on it, see what I feel about it, see how I think about it. Because I know that Stylecraft always comes with those brackets to where you can do that. And it's more powerful. Apparently, it's super comfortable in the hand because it's so small. It might just put the Senior in a retirement home. So my personal opinion in review, the Senior is going to sit on my station for a while. But there's so many companies that's constantly innovating. The old big three of Andis, Wahl, and Oster, they've been put in checkmate. Babyless is kind of the new kings of the kingdom right now. We'll see what happens. It's a fun time to be a barber, and especially a clipper head like most of us guys are. I really enjoy doing these videos for you guys. I'm just trying to learn how to share my knowledge in this format, and I'm enjoying it. It's a fun thing, and I'm going to be bringing as much content as I can to you guys. A lot of tool talk at first because I've got a lot of tools to talk about. Once I figure out how to do the whole lighting situation in here so I can do better cut demonstrations and haircut tutorials, that will be on its way too. But until then, if you like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, comment below if you have anything to say about it. And if you dislike the video, hit that dislike button twice so I know it's for real. See you guys later, and have a good one.